Hey Sam,
What's up?
who you playing over there?
Don't worry about it. You don't need to watch no more games.
Why?
Cause the way you watch games is ridiculous.
Hey, I ain't no damn commissioner. What the hell you talking about? The only one I judged over there on, my opinion, was that damn the settings of Mr. Balls.
No, and you did my rollout.
What rollout? No,
Yeah.
Blue asked me to send that video. That's all he asked me to do.
Whatever.
Shit.
Yeah,
I don't
now
know
I
what
got
he got.
division loss.
I ain't no
Man,
more. I
if
ain't
you
no damn
looking,
commissioner no more.
if you
Shit.
looking, I was basically rolling out with Mariota to the left hand side, and you know Mariota, he's right handed. So when I tried to throw across his body, he jumped off his back foot, and as soon as he jumped off his back foot, he got tackled, and they tried to say he stopped.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11.
Yo, when you were moving around the quarterback, I was sitting over there watching the game, and I was like, man, that boy's moving around like Donzo, and then you ran off to the side. But see, the only time you can get penalized for throwing the ball outside the pocket is if the ball's thrown. The ball wasn't thrown. Right? That's blue shit. I was still commissioner. I told him, nah, he didn't throw that ball out of his pocket. I'm not commissioner no more. That shit, I would have said, nah, you didn't throw that ball.
Man, that shit crazy, dog. They getting crazy out here.
But when I told Blue that, he's like, well, Hellcat, like it says, don't let us have to judge you. I'm like, I ain't judging you. That right there. That's kind of like when you remember that shit with Tom Brady? Throw the ball in the pocket. That shit he used to do?
No.
About them saying, oh, the ball was fumbled, his arm was going forward.
Oh yeah.
Well, his arm, what he would do is he would get hit.
Now on 1st and 10.
His arm, instead of going forward, he used to bring it straight down. And that's where they put that rule in there. Your arm has to go forward, has to be going forward for it not to be a fumble. But if it's not going forward, then it's a fumble. That's the same concept with you. You were getting sacked, and his arm was going forward, and the ball didn't come out. Well, it's not that blue. It's a forward motion, but he was getting sacked outside the pocket. I mean, even if the ball would have came out and went to a receiver, it would have been fine either way. They're telling him that's his shit.
Midfield just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They keep it with Davis on first down. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the red zone now, Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Davis.
Touchdown. Let's go in, Davis.
Bengals touchdown.
Oh,
Great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
Look at
As
it,
these guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Nah, back on it.
Point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This quick pass complete to Sutton.
He really just jumped through a linebacker's arm and he's got 6 foot.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brent, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and this one will be brought back to the 22. Landry, the intended target. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
From the 24, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go, here we go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Motion. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Safe.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Harvey. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line. 56. How you get on the head? How you get on the head? 49. 3. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run on first down. It's Davis. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
54. Right, 54. Yeah. One. Shoot. Hey. One. 24. Check. Delta.
Throwing on second down. Mariota nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. One. Scene 6.
Mariota. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Evades the tackler and now some space. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On first down, Davis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
56. 56. All day.
On second and very short, Mariota. That is caught at the 7.
That's a touchdown.
And that one results in 35 yards. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time.
And he takes it into the end zone.
You saw that shit,
Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that's...
fans, they love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Muhammad. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. third down. Muhammad. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Muhammad. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They go play action. Mariota sliding out of the pocket. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Single. Banjo.
Play action now. Mariota. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. This is the tight end fan. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run with Muhammad. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
54. Mike 51.
Now it's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
We got to step it up. Hey, Mike 51.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Get away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Banjo. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw, Mariota. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
Right there, 54 Mike. Check right. Switch. Jim.
Mariota now from the 50. He completes it to Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me. One. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Here's Mariota. Flush to his right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
That's it, baby. We go first and 10 at the 10-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run on first down. Davis. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Get one. Switch. Brings up 2nd and 5. Slam. 22 bomber.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, we got to get this started.
From the gun, Mariota. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. Stiff-armed him. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Courtland Sutton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota dancing to his left. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Final play of the half here, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Watson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Pratt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Watch twist. Check, check, check. Check.
Now Watson. Flushed out right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Watson operating from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
56 to my 7, let's go. 56.
A first down throw for Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I'm scared. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 3.
On play action, Mariota. He'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Morrison. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. One. Check 24. Watch 24.
On the run, it's Davis. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again here with Davis. Still on his feet. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Play fake. Mariota. Going deep downfield for... This is caught at the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
They go play action here on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together Charles. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake. And these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Check 43. Motion. One. Check 3.
First down, Mariota. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Stay in situation. Let's go.
Mariota steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. I'm coming. Where are they, team?
Working out of the gun, Mariota escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. And now look at him go. The 30, 20. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
On first down, it's Watson. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. To throw is Watson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. McManus's point after is good. And that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Crunch time, defense. Check. Fresno. Check.
Throwing, Mariota, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the gun, a give to Davis. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
3. Bravo. 54. Mike 54. And I'm coming after you.
From the 24, Mariota. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
John Ross. Touchdown, Bengals.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Pratt. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 51, Mike 51. You can't block me. You can't. Mike 59. You can't block me. Mike 59. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Here we go with Kamara. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 1. 54. Watch 54. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Forced out to his left. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He was looking for John Ross that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Right 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Mariota on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys continue to pour it on. Bullock good on the extra point. Big lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Maybe a free play for Watson. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. Watson now to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The outcome of this one, Well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player or broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by one more. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Kill.
On first down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on first down, Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Operating from the gun, Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jordan Evans. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and Kenny's...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back pumped a lot as well. sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it down.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yes, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pratt. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain from the gun. It's a run for Kamara. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Here we go on 4th. Watson, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harvey. And a loose football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here, Mariota. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? 6, 1. Rush in.
On 2nd down, Mariota again. Escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of, What's right in this game nowadays? Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Here's Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Come on, let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling
no,
again.
you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him.
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing is Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Harvey. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one goes for 30 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
That's what I do. Mike 54. Mike 54. All day, every day, any day. Check.
From the red zone now, Mariota eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming for you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom. Big hit all day. Sack City, baby.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Mariota here to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.